What is up, YouTube? It's your boy, Shadow Band. It's your man, Shadow Band. Sorry about that. You know, it's grown folk business up in here. But anyway, we are going to be discussing a YouTuber by the name of Black Skin is Amazing. Now, I ran across this young brother's platform last year. And he did a lot of videos that I think were good for the confidence of young black men and even older black men, you know. But over time, you know, there were some things that I would notice. And, you know, at first you kind of give a person the benefit of the doubt. But after a while, if you just continue to see it, eventually you got to say something. And there's also an issue that I'm concerned about in the community. But we'll talk about that in a second. But first, let me run off a handful of names real quick, like Chez, C-H-E-Z. It's a French name, Chez. Chez Sade. Sarah Lena, the Crimson Cure, aka Sister Kendra, Danica Marie, Jessica X, and there's others that I could name. You know, there's an African woman, and you know, I want to kick my own self in the butt for not exactly remembering her name right now, but she had a nice voice, and she talks a good game. But the thing about these channels, right? These channels 100% support black men. Like 100%. Many people may even accuse the women who run those channels of being pick-me's and mammies. So whenever we look at Black Skin is Amazing, and we look at the direction that he's going, there's something that I'm concerned about. And I've seen this repetitively. I'm a little bit of an older guy, so I've noticed this repetitively in the community. Something that I've noticed is that people like Cynthia G, they initially come into the community and they appear to be pro-black good people. They inhale a large swath of legitimate, conscious, so-called pro-black people, and they convert them over time into something that ends up hating and disliking other black people. That's the only thing that matters. You know, now with Cynthia G, you can throw away the bells and the whistles. I'm just talking about the end game. The end game is that pro-black women would have been drawn to all of the white supremacy this and white supremacy that. But then, all of a sudden, conquered and defeated and emasculated black men. It's like, what? You know? And she's been on that tip for years. And I just noticed that a lot of people do that. It seems to happen very commonly. And I noticed with Black Skin is Amazing that to some degree or another, it seems to be happening yet again on his channel. Because you have to ask the question, why would somebody have all these biracial females who are no more than offshoots? It's okay for you to support, you know, your local Light Bright or your favorite internet group of Light Brights, but make sure they on code. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you talking about ADOS FBA. Where's the code at, bro? Like, is your self-esteem too low? Because, you know, he give these chicks a 8. That would be Golden Goddess, Miss M, and Miranda. And, you know, I think they okay. I give Golden Goddess, I give her like a 4 or 5. Now I give her ass, like if she in the South, I'll give her ass about a 7 or 8. She got a kind of big booty, I think. I mean, well, at least from the picture I've seen. But she wears way too much makeup. She got to wear a lot of makeup to look acceptable. And she's in her upper 30s. Miranda looks like a typical white female. You know, she could, like, she would have issues with a white dude, but to a black dude, it's like, oh my God, look at this little common, skinny, little petite, little cute little white thing. I'll give her a weak 8. Just a weak 8, just for the prettiness and petiteness. But it's a weak 8. A weak 8. Strong 7, weak 8. And with Ms. M, look, man, I'm telling you, bruh, things can be deceptive nowadays, bruh. There was a video on her channel where she presented at the 2020 Transgendered Performer of the Year at the AVN. So when it comes to a lot of these gay dudes, man, these gay biracial dudes, that dude pop a couple of hormones and throw on a wig, and man, some of these dudes, especially in the Latin world, I'd be like, you look like more of a woman than your damn women. Jesus Christ. You know? So, I just leave Miss M out of it. But I think he puts them on a pedestal a little too high. And these chicks are just the light-skinned spin-offs, the jump-offs of Cynthia G page. You see Chrissy, Cynthia G, Archduchess, Pink Pill, Karazine, Crystal Swirls, all these women, even though Crystal Swirls is kind of a golden girl herself. She's just not attractive. She's got some big old nigger features, and she's not attractive to at least the golden community. I don't know. I don't know what their opinion of her is. But the extent to which a guy puts a girl on a pedestal will often determine his value. Because men that are really, really, really players, or men that get girls, they tend to rank women low. They just do. They tend to rank women beneath themselves. Players put themselves above women. And see, it's not really keeping it player. Whenever you sit before women and you put up an image of a Hollywood black female and a Hollywood biracial, and then you sit up and say that now you just imagine if you sleep with Keke Palmer's mama, or better yet, you just imagine if you meet a woman that looks like she could have been your sister. And if you really think you're amazing, and if you really think you're a handsome ass dude, man, look here. If you see the female doppelganger of yourself, like your twin sister who just didn't come from your mama or daddy, nigga, that should be the finest damn thing in the world. If you really think you're good looking, and if you really think you're a confident man, you cannot say that a female that comes from somebody else's genetic order, because let's keep it real, you wouldn't care if it was a white man's daughter. I mean, if you say that, look, the girl's going to giggle, the girl's going to laugh, and she'll accept it, but she's really going to be thinking to herself, the value of your admiration is the lowest. Another black man who thinks the world of himself and who confidently says, if he's just breezing through magazines and she's sitting there, and if he sees a dime ass black woman and says, man, that is the finest diva in the world. What that does to that biracial girl is that sets something in her in which she's got to work. She's got to climb your mountain. What ends up happening is that whenever you place yourself beneath a woman, you ain't finna be nothing but the little peasant serving the goddess. And you already got an overweight female calling herself goddess. Nigga, you really starting out behind. But anyway, these chicks really, I'm not going to say all of them dislike black men, but they don't value us equally. And it's time that whenever you look at all this doxing that they do, all this fighting, all this hating, some of these females have literally exposed their children's school addresses, flagging each other, filing lawsuits. There's something that black men, and this is why I constantly talk to black men and I constantly tell them, know your value. All of this is over your preference. All of this is over your preference. Wake up, Negroes. You are not a worthless nobody. Stick your chest out and put your chin up. You know, because if some of these chicks could meet each other, I believe they'd kill each other. Like straight up. All over your preference, and because you believe one of them looks better than the other. But at the end of the day, and if you look at the little shit that they do, you had the girl named Una on there, or Ona, and she's confused as hell. She don't even want to be part of white-looking biracial females. And on one hand, she's screaming about mixed people need to separate from black people. And then how does your channel, brother, turn into that? How does your channel, and I ain't talking about over time, I'm talking about on a live stream. You'll have a female that's anti-black American, and then you can go to her page. Just scroll down her videos. Not only is she anti-black American, the chick got a Pakistani boyfriend like 3 weeks ago. Talking about what her baby would look like. And then she claims she's single right now. That Pakistani dude fucked her down and dumped her. And she actually did a video talking about what a baby looked like. That's a thirsty for a non-black man female. And you putting her up on a pedestal. She's sitting up with a dude talking about a baby. He ain't thinking about nothing but fucking some old mixed race chick and keeping it moving. That dude thinking about hitting that little mixed race booty and keeping it moving. And you done gave her a whole platform. And then she sits up and says, I don't even like black men because she don't like her dad. And then she gonna sit up there and talk about her dad didn't hug her, and her dad, that man probably worked his butt off, and your mama was probably a bitch. She probably bitched his anti-sexual drive away. So all he did was come through the door, grab him something to eat, throw it in the microwave, head straight to the bed. I just owe my children a roof over their head. I'm tired. You know, but she talking about she hate her dad. And then you just steady letting her go on and on. So the reason why I gotta sometimes suspect that not only is a player off code, but player, are you genuine? Is somebody white paying you some money? Is somebody white that wears some wires underneath his clothing paying you some money? To sit up there and have a channel that always begins on some pro FBA ADOS tip, but ends up being taken over by a bunch of light-skinned girls who can basically take a dump in your face, and you will sit up there with doo-doo turds in your eyeballs talking about, girl, you look good, despite the fact that you ain't looking at nothing but some mulatto shit. Like, dude, seriously, these chicks are average. Okay? Miranda's, she's nice, but the rest of them chicks is average and fat. And Exoticals is probably fat too. She's Mexican, she's not a mulatto. And Mexican women have badass bodies. Some Mexican women have bad bodies, and some Mexican women have bad bodies, okay? But most of them just got bad bodies. You get what I'm saying? That's a black thing for all you non-black people listening. But anyways, black skin, get on code. And the definition of a slave, my ADOS brother, is somebody that puts out, but don't get nothing back. These chicks need to have a black skin is amazing day. They need to have a black men is amazing day. As a matter of fact, they need to have a day where they sit on top of a pedestal and reach down and sing to the guys that are carrying it. Every single last one of them black. You know, can we get some props for this pedestal we got you on? Put some respect on a nigga's preference. Now, my preference is what you see in the thumbnail. This is vibes. Exoticals always uses Whoopi Goldberg as some type of standard of a black woman, and that's so annoying. This is vibes, and man, look here. The average, and I mean average, not exceptional, but the average biracial girl doesn't want to see vibes, man. Man, vibes is fine as and this is a straight, pure black woman. That's all of her hair. Dim are her eyes. And many of you all might remember her from Carbon Nation. She's not with Nature Boy or Carbon Nation anymore. They left about 3 years ago. And she's currently pregnant with her second baby by the guy who she left with. I forgot his name, but he's one lucky dude, man. And she is a sweet girl. The reason why I use her thumbnail, man, is that you see how pretty this black woman is, black skin. Alright? Not only is she sweet personality-wise, I mean, cute, you know, physically, but she's just so sweet personality-wise, man. She is so sweet and she is so smart. She just is. And she a Sag, you know, Sagittarius, I think. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and shut this video down, man. Get on code. Watch these women. And, man, just know that these little light-skinned movements, 80% of them, they ain't nothing but spin-offs of the divestment movement, man. I'm out.